kill at Hardpoint. I just felt like EG came out flat. But after that,
EG ripped them the next 3, right?
Yeah, it was just very, very quick, right? It was like almost like a quick 3-0. It was just an ardent forest Hardpoint that they were able to steal.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, as we're jumping into this map right now, of course you can check in on Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. All of those matches going on right now. We mentioned Evil Geniuses. They are playing against Elevate. LG is actually playing right now against Team Vitality, and Echo Fox against Havoc Esports. So
LG versus Vitality, you said? Yes. That'll be a big one.
Definitely important for
I got this feeling about Tommy's team. I don't know.
They're winning champs, man.
No, we'll go
you
that
said
far.
10 teams. No, you're done.
I will be right.
All right, well, let's get into map number 1, Supremacy versus OpTic Gaming. OpTic are 14-1 on London Docks Hardpoint since the beginning of Stage 2. That doesn't sound good for Supremacy.
No, we just see 4 go down. I wasn't exactly sure where you're going with that, but then you saw that kill feed just light up green. Scump, he's getting set up down low, gonna find an easy kill on Atlas. And this Supremacy team, you might notice a couple of their names, maybe Easy or Breezy, but you know, they're a French team. Again, yesterday they got 3-1 by Evil Geniuses. I don't really remember watching them at the LCQ, like nothing really stands out, but we'll see if they can put it together.
This would be probably the upset, I guess, of the group stage. If they were able to pull this off and obviously make their group a whole hell of a lot more interesting if they were able to do it. And I think an upset here, it would need to start map 1. If they can come in and steal map 1, I know they did that against EG and then kind of got steamrolled, but with OpTic Search and Destroy, if they can get that game 1, maybe somehow sneak that game 2 in as well, things get interesting. But it has to start here on map 1. They need to steal this.
Yeah, and Breezy on a force play right now. Nice shots on him, just staying alive inside of lights, and I love this play. He lets his teammates deal with the last guy that was Crim towards the hill, and he gets pushed on up. He's gonna find a free kill on Octane, and they're locking down Main Street right now with 40 seconds left. How does OpTic decide to break this? They have 2 going towards the middle of the gate, but it looks like they're gonna try and push on through fire. This is a very, very, you know, spread out push, and Easy and actually win those gunfights. This is a perfect hold right now from Supremacy.
You had number 3, that was Natche pushed all the way to like Crane. OpTic was spawning so far, they couldn't even think about another crack at this hardpoint with what, 30+ seconds remaining on it? What a hold from Supremacy, what a start from Supremacy. Now it's on OpTic Gaming to try and hold here at the Docks Warehouse. And also, I mean, if Breezy can somehow find an entry kill, pick up an easy kill, this might be the trade. There it is, he's able to get the glide bomb. Could have called in right away.
Yeah, you can see the experience, just a bait and switch that player. Crim, he's gonna come off spawn. Can he find anything? Will this glide bomb connect? No, Crim actually stayed alive inside a barrel. He didn't find anything with that, but he does find the artillery. Atlas with another one. We'll see if he can get this last kill and pick up the fighter pilot. He can. He's having such a great game because he finds 10 in a row for Breezy right now.
Breezy going off right now. Crim kind of gave him all the streaks. He came off spawn.
11.
He's running right into him. 12-2. What a start from Supremacy, but it is still going to be OpTic Gaming in the hardpoint. The contest comes in. Breezy finally drops. Now the question for me is really, he's set a wild tempo, right? He's 12-3. You can't expect him to keep it at that level throughout the course of the game, but what level can he maintain? Because he's got to keep playing somewhere close to this to keep OpTic Gaming on the back.
It's not even about the level of playing like that. Let's see how he uses the streaks. Because if they use the streaks effectively to break a setup like barrel building, they can snowball this map very early on. But he gets taken down. OpTic Gaming, they give up the last 15 seconds. They rotate to back barrel. That's good discipline out of them. Octane didn't have a one-on-one, but naturally goes all the way around. And you can see the pinch starting to develop from Supremacy. But OpTic still have hill control.
Trying to answer back now inside a barrel building. The collapse starting to come in, but Crim and Octane ready for it in the back. The only one really remaining is Breezy. He gets dropped. That'll be 4 down for Supremacy. It's the comeback now on for OpTic as they are starting to warm up after surviving a tidal wave from Breezy in the early going.
Yeah, now that sort of play out of Breezy in those first 2 hills don't mean as much. It was a great rotation out of OpTic. They made the heads-up play. This is 20 seconds, though. This could go the way of Supremacy. It looks like OpTic is probably going to contest. You have Scump, though. He's starting at 10-9, starting to work down low. We'll see if Octane can win the gunfight. He can. You can see OpTic Gaming members trying to work that lower Docks Warehouse. But Supremacy going to have crane control early on. Plus, don't forget, they still have the fighter pilot. They still have that artillery for later use.
Some nice shots from Octane at range with that sub, but can't finish the kill. The grenade will get it done. Tries to peek the edge, but Atlas ready and
Or
waiting
Ed.
for them. All four are
At
going
least
to
it
drop.
reminds me of Main Street. Look how far they're spawning them out.
I think Supremacy is doing an excellent job with their map positioning, just trying to force OpTic out as far as they can. Can they continue to do it over the course of this game and shock everyone with a map 1 upset? This is some healthy, fantastic time inside of Crane, and there comes the streak use. The useless spawn coming in for OpTic Gaming. They drop the artillery, and this is going to make it a nightmare for them to get close to the hard point.
Yeah, Natche did find Krim. Krim tried to get on through.
They lost every gunfight and fire, though.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the artillery. There was 30 seconds left, but it looks like they will get this time. Never mind, Krim and Methods find those kills. I just feel like on artillery, what it does, it stops momentum. Maybe on a hill like Statue, if they get you 4 dead, you call it down. Like, you had majority at Crane anyways. Like, why do you call it there? But still, it felt like Supremacy was going to run away with this one, but it's just a 25-point game, and this is exactly what I was talking about. You have Octane, who's on a 5 spree. What stops that? An artillery strike right there. Just maybe a couple of little decisions that Supremacy could have made, because now you have Octane starting to heat on up.
This is when it gets scary. We know when OpTic Gaming are at their best, when they blow teams out in Hardpoint, it is typically through streaks. But that fighter pilot ends up being great, because it picks up Octane, makes sure he gets nothing other than the glide bomb. So I don't know that it was intentional to stop his streaks, but it works out great.
Yeah, but he does have the glide bomb. And it looks like Supremacy will get top middle statue control. So are the streaks the best? No, but as you said, stop the streak of Octane. He doesn't get full, only has a glide bomb. But now Krim and Co, he has Octane's help, starting to work this main street. They don't want Supremacy to get set up like last time.
Remember, yeah, Statue to Main Street where OpTic got smoked the first time through. Let's see if they can do a better job. I mean, the good thing, they're going to have their early setup. They just can't get broken immediately. We'll see what they're able to do as the opening kills are going to start to come in. Breezy wins the first gunfight to open things up. Crim6 able to control the water side of the map, but now the collapse trying to come in. Breezy winning gunfight after gunfight after gunfight. 21-11 as he is just chopping on the OpTic Gaming side. Just get away from him. Get Breezy off the map. He is just running through him.
Yeah, but all that great stuff that was going on, OpTic still held on to the back
because it was only Breezy getting the kills.
Yeah,
everyone else died.
Kills. Now Scump's able to find 2. He picks up the bar, make it 3 in a row for Scump, and Octane has continued at 23 and 14. Hey, I talked about it on what trading shots were. I felt like Octane had to step up. You know, you put so much blame on Scump and Krim, but we haven't felt like that Octane take over like he did on LG. He's having a great game here.
Maybe just more difficult to shine at times with maybe more of a stacked roster from a sighting standpoint, but he's doing it right now. OpTic Gaming took the lead for a moment. Supremacy now right back in control. The glide bomb gets invested to hit lower docks, not able to connect, but Methods there to pick up a kill. Crim6 with him, and inside the hard point will be OpTic Gaming early on.
Yeah, I like that use out of Octane. You know, just get all of Supremacy outside of their setups, force them inside, but Atlas rips off Krim. Able to get a kill, but OpTic still have control. But you can see Supremacy starting to set up this pinch. Watch that number 4. That's Breezy, the playmaker for Supremacy all game long. And there's that lead change. But he's going to get cut down as Krim is trying to lock down this side. He knows he's here, and Krim able to win the gunfight.
And this is big. You know, you think about this moment, the first set of rotations, when Supremacy built their lead. Where OpTic started to mount the comeback was at barrel building. This time, if OpTic get a good hold there, they might run away with the game. This is kind of a make-or-break moment for Supremacy. They have to make sure that OpTic Gaming doesn't chain this Docks warehouse into barrel. Yeah. They can't do it or they're losing the game.
Yeah, watch these orange arrows, and it looks like they're actually going to try and hit low Docks warehouse. I don't believe in that. You do see Natche starting to push through Cole, and he might have found a timing. He found a really good timing. He's inside barrel, but Krim just walks on. What a shot out of Natche. Snaps onto him. Methods just needs to stay alive right now. Wait for your reinforcements. Here comes Octane up the stairs, able to win one. Can OpTic break on through? But it looks like Supremacy. Looks like they may win the rotation, but Scump able to find 2 kills, and now everybody's spawning out.
What a huge couple of kills that was from Scump. If he drops, that's complete barrel building control to Supremacy. Now it's a bit scrappy. OpTic Gaming's inside, but you have a couple players that have pushed through the backside of Cole, but they need to get OpTic out. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it. The last player is going to be easy. The kill not yet traded, but the time continuing to tick for OpTic Gaming and Scump nearing some streaks.
Yeah, Scump having a great game. Can he find those streaks? Just 25 points away from that tier 1. And well, OpTic can win it here. For this, just 18 seconds needed right now.
It was 160 to 160, and then OpTic just started to take over the game, and it was that rotation. Docks warehouse to barrel building.
I think it's done here. I don't know if Supremacy realizes it, but they need to contest the hill.
Well, they don't have time.
They rotated to Crane.
All
right, we won't talk about that.
Supremacy, the game's over.
Right.
definitely a rough end of the game for them, but Supremacy comes out swinging for sure. I mean, we pretty much counted them out in certain ways in this game mode, but they definitely come out decently hot here.
And what was the big thing that we touched on? It was when OpTic lost Lower Docks Warehouse, they realized we can't let them chain that barrel building. So they rotate on over, they win barrel building. It gets them back into the game. It erases that lead. What did we just see in that last rotation? OpTic win lower docks, then we go to barrel building, Scump goes huge, and, well, game's over.
I think those 2 kills, I know there were a lot of important moments, those 2 kills iced the game. I think they did.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head, because if he doesn't get those, Supremacy has full control of that spawn for barrel building.
Absolutely.
They're getting a lot of time there easily.
That was a big moment, for sure.
Now we've made it already to the map that we were alluding to, the map that we really needed to see. It's going to be the Search and Destroy. This is kind of the main pressure point, I guess you would say, for OpTic Gaming, where we really do need to see, are they going to be able to fix these mistakes? Even in their preferred game mode, we saw Supremacy putting up a decent fight. Will they be able to do it in Search? I'm really excited to see this.
Yeah, I am as well, and I think we're going to sort of nitpick at some stuff. It's all okay, but it's not going to be the toughest competition unless Supremacy has some surprises for us. But we did see EG able to take down Supremacy, in the Search and Destroy yesterday. I think that'll be the real test. I believe that's the last match, later on. But EG, when they went on their runs, when they were considered one of the best in the world, it was due to their Search and Destroy.
I believe they're playing St. Marie, and I think that's what they played game 2 against EG, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe it was. And that was EG. Remember, that was their bread and butter when they went they started out 9-0 and then lost a ton of it.
I believe he was
that was a 12-0 game. You're right. So he tore them apart. Obviously, one of the best performances we've seen all year in Search and Destroy. I don't think you're going to get that out of somebody on OpTic, but they did play yesterday against EG, so interesting enough.
I think this is a massively important match just for their confidence. Map coming up. If you get rolling, you get that 6-0, 6-1, get a lot of confidence under your belt. If you struggle here against Supremacy, again, it's sort of in your head when you're playing a better team than that.
I think you nailed it. It's in your head. It reminds me so much of Black Ops 3 with OpTic Gaming. Yeah. It became such a meme, such a thing over the course of the year that I know every time they lose a search, all 4 of those players are tweeted 1,000 times. It just becomes a thing. We talk about it constantly because it's not like we're making this up. It's just what it has been. It has been a sore spot for them. But the way you don't get tweeted, the way you don't think about it anymore, is just win the damn mode.
And I think if it is St. Marie Dumont Search and Destroy, that is one where they've lost a lot of heartbreaking round 11s, right? Against teams like Unilad. If they're able to sort of clean this Search and Destroy game mode up, because this is a map that they love to play. It's one of their constant picks in the vetoes. If they're able to fix some mistakes, this could be a big one for them.
And not only is this search going to be important, but overall, we see that if OpTic wins this, and if EG is able to handle business against Elevate, then those 2 teams are going to be the top 2 teams in their group.
But you want first.
Exactly. And then they'll play each other again at 7:30, the last matchup that's going to be on Alpha, and then whoever wins that would be playing for first.
So we talk about needing to be near a lot of the dynasties, near 60% in search usually to win. You see it right there, 13 and 18 records since picking up Octane and Methods. I'm going to give you a heads up. That's not close to 60%.
Nah, yeah, even 50 would be better. You have to win 1 in a series. That's when they usually lose it, is when they lose both of those, games 2 and games 5.
All right, well, let's get into it. We'll obviously be focusing on OpTic a bit, just see if they've maybe patched up some of the holes in their Search and Destroy gameplay, but at the same time, if Supremacy can get a victory here, can this be the start to an extended series where maybe they can get the upset opening pick to Octane?
We've seen that from time to time where Octane's used that sniper rifle, and we saw what impact it can have, in Unilad versus Envious earlier on today.
And these aren't, the question marks are not for OpTic in the first 30 seconds of the round. We're talking when it's a 2v2. Yeah, when it's a 2v2, 30 seconds on the clock, how do they play?
When it's a 3v2, when it's a 1v2, those smaller situations where the communication has to be on point.
But so far, so good. The first blood obviously making things a whole hell of a lot easier, and they're playing slow behind it, which I know you're a big fan of. They have been able to get up mid-street. I don't know if Methods heard it or not, but the bomb, they just waltz up mid-street and kill Octane. How?
Nobody rotated out of restaurant. You have to help Octane there. Someone just watches middle cut. He has a sight. All that should be is someone backs up, watches mid-street. You have a guy top red. You have 1 in B, and you have Octane staying alive. Just no rotation.
Yeah, complete hole in the defense there. But Methods trying to do his best to put it into their favor. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 2. The trade does come in from Krim. All the pressure going to fall to Easy. He's got to clutch up in this 1 versus 2. Defend this bomb for 30 more seconds, but Method seems to have the gunfight. There's the kill. Plenty of time for the defuse, and OpTic Gaming will win the round.
Yeah, but there's that 1v2 situation that we were talking about in Methods. I mean, it was a 1v1. Krim was trying to hit through the middle of that street, but I imagine Krim would have cleaned it on up So just a situation that we would like to see, but still in the 3v4, you can't have an open gap like that.
Yeah, that was, I think Octane would be frustrated in that event. Like, how did he just waltz up our mid-street and shoot me in the back as I'm trying to hold A? But regardless, they're able to take that round. But a moment like that, if you're playing maybe let's say a better team, you're playing like a Rise Nation, that happens, that might be a round that doesn't go your way.
Yeah, and it's either one of two things. Either you watch it for Octane or you just tell Octane to give up the site and we'll watch it from top red, right? And just tell Octane to play his life.
Let's take a look at the offense now. Stun comes in immediately, basically hits the entire team there in OpTic, so they're slowed down for a moment. The pressure going to be on Breezy and Easy as one controlling top red, one controlling front barn as the onslaught from OpTic comes in again. Another first blood for OpTic, though, as Method's able to get the kill. Atlas quickly equalizing, maybe finding a second, but the pre-fire not able to connect. The trades go the way of OpTic, and they've now got a 2v1 advantage against Breezy.
All right, we're starting to see these situations sort of unfold. So you have another 1v2 for OpTic. Crim, nice trades with Scump right there. Great teamwork out of those two as they push up towards that A site, but now it's on Octane and Crim. Breezy has his STG. Octane just shoulder peeks it. Crim shoulder peeks it. That's all they have to do. Just play that bomb timer. They're going to play together right now. This is so tough for Breezy, and there we go. Great teamwork out of OpTic.
They're able to close it out and put a second round on the board. Back-to-back first bloods as well. But solid stuff so far out of OpTic, and Supremacy just looking to get something going. But yeah, I mean, that felt like a jetpack search for a moment there, kind of in front barn, because it was just trade. Everybody kind of flying there. The man advantage goes to OpTic. They effectively get it done. And just make sure they have the man advantage to close out the round.
See now if Supremacy can make any small adjustments. Crim having a good start at 3-0. Looks like Crim and Methods are going to be that duo inside the B site. Here comes the nades. Can Crim stay alive? A lot of nades invested, but Crim is alive behind the bomb, be able to find one, and that should just be it for that assault onto the B site. There's the rotation from OpTic. You have all four players over here now. You have Scump with Airborne STG up top red, and you have Octane who's going to go back towards that A site.
You can see they don't have a whole lot of information for the inside of red, so Scump.
But look at the adjustment, right? You see how Octane's just watching his own middle cut right now. But yeah, you just play the numbers.
Easy is sitting right underneath the window. But yeah, you can see they're still so worried about a presence inside of red. Little do they know there's no one there, but obviously they don't have that information. So Scump kind of holding it back bar and Crim watching the back door. Octane might be the guy that needs to make the play. That's Atlas that's slowly pushing his way forward towards barn.
Yeah, you can see Scump and Crim trying to clear that out. Now Crim gonna win one. Octane has that sniper rifle. That's always tough, but it's a 3v2 now for OpTic. You have Scump and Method starting to work towards that middle cut. As soon as that happens, Crim's gonna pounce. He's gonna push through that grandma's cut. Here comes the push. It's a double-sided edge, and, well, Method's able to find one. Can he find the last? It's Method's and Crim, and there we go. The teamwork is there once again.
And this should be streaks for Crim as well. Every time they've had man advantage, they've handled business, and that'll be 3 rounds in a row for OpTic Gaming. Because really, they've looked solid outside of that kind of that first round where obviously a little bit of miscommunication or mismap control kind of came in. So now you've got streaks, a 3-0 advantage, and you're sitting pretty.
Yeah, I was just looking to the left. I heard someone yelling at someone, so I don't know if someone lost that wasn't supposed to lose, but someone was arguing.
I'm looking over at Eric, and the quad split. Did anything crazy happen? No, I don't think so. The only other game live is map 1 of Luminosity Vitality. Luminosity's throttling them. Okay, Octane with some nice shots there, and Atlas by himself. That's a clean sweep and a dominant round 4 from OpTic Gaming. Not a whole lot to talk about there as Supremacy just got wiped off the map.
Yep, great shots out of Octane, and then they just used their numbers as they just even started that push. That was about a 15-second round.
I was looking over the quad split just to see what went down, and out of the corner of my eye, I see Octane just snapping on everyone. Now I'm curious, like who's frustrated? Players.
I don't know if it was
things are getting spicy
up or
I got you.
Someone was arguing.
Well, Crim still has that glide bomb to work with. They have rolled through this search and destroy. If you are an OpTic Gaming fan, you got to feel good about the result thus far. The airborne AR class for Scump yet again. He gets in, finds the first blood, and just holding close, has a nade to work with as well. Actually, a frag he's going to be using in this one. Scump will get traded out, though, so it's going to be a 3 versus 3. I don't know. Can you maybe get away with your life there? You like him holding the doorway?
Potential. I think the B adjustment that I like, I feel like when we've watched Scump inside of Restaurant, he's always had a submachine gun, right? So I like that he's using the airborne STG. He can watch that cross. They gave up the B site. For what reason? Crim6 has the glide bomb. Now it's a 3 versus 2. We'll see if they'll wait for Crim on that play. It looks like that's what they're going to do. Octane and Methods have to be worried though. Naturally, he actually pokes out top red. I like that play. Now a 2v2 Methods. He's going to win the gunfight with that natural skill. Now Natchy in a 1 versus 2. 20 seconds left. We'll see if he can clutch on up.
Crim holding the edge. Crim hits the shot. The defuse is in. Crim's got streaks. As yet again, they've had these 3v2s, 2v1s. Every time they've had man advantage, they've closed it out. Where OpTic have struggled, we've talked about, like when they've had that man advantage in the misplays, the miscues, where they fall apart. So far in this, it's been clean.
Yeah, and well, we talked about it yesterday, how Assault had a perfect game. I believe it's Crim right now who's sitting at 8-0.
Oh, God, I didn't even think about that. So you have a 12-0 dropped on you. They got 6-0 on that map, too, didn't they? And now Crim with an opportunity to get close to that as well. Supremacy. I'm sorry, guys. That hurts.
Well, Octane able to stay alive. You can see Natchy doesn't want to push on up just yet. Doesn't want to get sniped across that window.
Not again.
See, Octane pops on up. I believe Breezy was trying to hit him with a sniper rifle. Switches up the angles. Are they going to peek one another? It looks like the timing just off, but when will Crim use those streaks? That's going to be the big play. Looks like artillery inside of B. So obviously OpTic can't run through that as well. So we're going to have nobody in it. But Octane almost finds that snipe on a Breezy.
Can't connect, though. Still in a 4 versus 4. But Scump getting into position to try and make up. What was that? Octane rips off ahead, but drops almost right after. Breezy answers with a snipe of his own. And now OpTic, I think for like the first time, are down a man. They're going to have to play this from a 2v3 to try and close out the game. You do still have a fighter pilot to work with. Crim is yet to die. Finally, he falls. It will be Methods in a 1v3 to try and close out the game. He does have bomb in hand. He does have the B site. Everything else against him.
I would have loved if Crim would have backed on down and had Methods just sort of plant the bomb. You have the fighter pilot, right? So maybe with that bomb down, they can make some magic happen in that 2 versus 3. But Crim tried to tie it up in a 2v2. You can see it worked, right? They rotated out of the B site just due to Crim's presence. Methods, he's not going to win the round, but he does find the kill.
Gets the kill. You know, he's, what, 450 towards streaks. They have a big advantage in that one. Just opts to play it safe. Get the kill and take it into the next round as OpTic drop their first round and Supremacy get on the board. Kind of mayhem there at mid-map. A nasty snipe from Octane answered by a disgusting one there from Breezy onto Scump as he got in position mid-map. But let's see how this round 7 plays out. The First Bloods, I think, is the biggest story. If you take a look at the First Bloods, it is 6 for OpTic, 0 for Supremacy. And that's a big reason we've talked about man advantage for them in just about every round.
Yeah, that always helps. We'll see what Supremacy do in this round. Looks like they're going to play it slow. Maybe try to play behind this Breezy sniper again. He had a great game 1, not having the best game 2.
Here comes the fighter
Here
pilot.
comes that fighter pilot. Well, does he catch anything? It looks like they just get inside. So Crim won't find anything, but he gains a ton of information that they haven't pushed up on a site yet. Now look at the B site. It's Methods. I believe he has Scump up top as well. And
wow.
Methods, he's going to find 2 with the nade.
Another First Blood comes in a pair. As Methods connects with the grenade, he's got 5 kills in a row. 8-1 for Methods, 8-1 for Crim6. It is difficult to lose a game with that type of stat line. 16-2 combined. They're looking to close out the game. Easy is the last man up. Guns Crim, but has to clutch a 1v2 to keep their hopes alive in this search and destroy. And he's about to be shot in the back. There it is, OpTic with a clean victory in search.
For a game mode that we put so much pressure on as well for this squad, my expert analysis, and pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, OpTic got exactly what they needed there. I said it going into it. A 6-0, 6-1 would be a huge confidence boost. They definitely needed that.
I guess the one thing that, I don't know how to word this, like they weren't put in a lot of tough spots. Like since they got every First Blood, which is great, but that's not gonna happen every game. You're not gonna get every single First Blood every game. So we didn't get to see them in a lot of tough, like mid-round positions. Like they were normally up a guy. Now don't get me wrong, they handled it, they won it clean, but it wasn't the toughest game.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing. We're gonna talk about just how important that was for OpTic Gaming after we jump to this quick break. Welcome back, folks. OpTic Gaming grabs a quick 2 wins over Supremacy. Now, just one more map, and they may be able to get that 3-0, and that would bode very well for them, considering if Evil Geniuses and Elevate's matchup goes their way, their last matchup in groups will be deciding if they get first place or second place, but they got to get work done here against Supremacy.
All right, well, let's get to the map 3, though. Can they close it out, or Supremacy, can they start to bring it back? I mean, CTF has been a little up and down, a little hit and miss for OpTic Gaming as of late.
No, definitely so. And again, I think it's important to talk about for both EG and OpTic, right? If you play second in this pool, we've talked about that bottom side of the bracket and what it could shape up to be. It is going to be dangerous down there.
You need first place.
You would love first place, right? I believe up top right now is like projected FaZe. I don't even know. I think that's just about it. Like FaZe, Lightning Pandas, Team Sween, like some teams you wouldn't expect to make it this far in the tournament.
Teams that can make a run, but if you're talking like household stack the best rosters of the year, like they're all going to be in the bottom.
So if you are OpTic Gaming or EG, that match later on is going to be so fun to watch. But off the start of this, you have a couple of flags away. And well, Supremacy, they have a chance here if they can get this return, but it's Krim who finds a couple of kills. Now, can he get away? He challenges Atlas and wins it. That's all 3 kills for Krim, plus the return. This should be a flag, plus streaks for Krim.
What a play from Crim6. A 4-1 start. The score about to be flushed through, and streaks will join him as well. What an individual play from what many consider the greatest Call of Duty player of all time.
We'll see if he can find any more streaks now. Scump starting to work up the map. Breezy, some nice shots onto him. Able to cut him down. Can Krim find it? He does.
He's
full streaks. Yes, he is. And again, Krim was another player, didn't have the best Stage 2 playoffs stat line. If he can step it up, you know that Krim Scump duo, that SMG duo can just tear you apart.
He's hunting for more kills. The player Top Gun will pick him up, but not before the damage is done. They get the score on the board. They get the streaks to work with as well. Once again, Supremacy going to have to fight from behind to try and bring it back in this map, in this series, but it is not going to be easy to do. Breezy was kind of your highlight man in that game 1. He went off early and often and had a pretty solid game. He's going to need to do it, but needs support from the rest of the squad as well.
Yeah, we'll see if he can find some streaks. I mean, he still has about, halfway to go, but you would love some streaks to counter Krim's. Puts a couple of bullets into Krim, backs him down, but there's the cleanup, and now OpTic have mid-map control and another attack out of them.
The swarm of the green wall coming forward. 2 players off spawn from Supremacy, but the first one is going to drop. They're going to bring the streak in as well, try and tag up the back line. They're going to have kind of that added health, but they're going to get picked apart. I take it back. They just get cut down almost immediately, but Easy going to be the last one here, and he snaps on the methods, doing whatever he can to disrupt this as he wins 3 gunfights, and what looked like an incredible scoring opportunity for OpTic Gaming is shut down.
Yeah, that Breezy and Easy duo, we've seen some spectacular individual plays out of those two. We know they have it in them, and now it's Nache who's going on a bit of a counter attempt. Can he win another gunfight? Snaps on the methods, but methods able to win it. Now it's on to Easy. Trying to get pushed on up, and well, he's just going to make the heads-up play, stay alive, and well, look at this. He's at 500 points. Maybe he can find some streaks.
Think of these first 3 minutes. It's described by a couple of 3 pieces, basically. Krim's play, Easy's play. One gets a score on the board from OpTic. One makes sure OpTic doesn't get a second score on the board. Nice shots from Easy. This is a chance. He's so close to streaks. Now only 50 off, but Method's able to cut him down as the dream dies there for Supremacy.
And now Krim's just going. He has Breezy chasing him, but he's going to go for the flagpole. Maybe he gets it to his teammate. That's Octane starting to push up this side. The gunfight, though, goes the way of Breezy, but Methods is here, and now Krim is gone. Can Scump lock it down middle of the map? He's able to find one. Methods for the cleanup. This should be another flag for OpTic Gaming.
Excellent attack, push, and really just everything there from OpTic. I mean, Scump gets 1 kill, weakens up another, makes it easy for Methods. Methods does an excellent job kind of covering Krim through all of that. Methods 8-5 on a 5 streak. Krim double positive at 10-5.
Got both flags.
Yeah, OpTic is looking very good here in map 3 to close this out. There's not many that gave Supremacy a chance in this particular series, but OpTic doing their best to drive home that point.
Yeah, and again, that's just sort of the thing. You want to take it every single game just so serious, because we know 1 match difference should be the, who knows, the difference of you playing a very tough team in round 1. Again, they still may have to play Echo Fox depending on their result with Evil Geniuses. It's going to be a great round 1 matchup. But for OpTic Gaming, they've had some scary winners round 1s in the past with the likes of what NVS in 2016, Denial the year before that, where they've dropped early.
We'll watch the first half wind down. maybe an attack chance for Supremacy, but not a lot of time to work with. They only have 2 players here. The first gunfight window does go to Breezy. If they're going to make a move, they need to do it soon. It looks like they're waiting for Natshe to get in position to make a play. Unfortunately, Scump has top gun control, so that gets thwarted. 7 seconds now on the clock. They need to go, but the kill feed all green. Last player is easy, and easy. A chance to make the play, but not enough time, and Crim6 holds the edge. So it'll be a 2-0 game, headed to the second half of this game 3.
Yeah, great half out of OpTic Gaming. You know, a couple individual plays. Here's that 3-piece out of Crim6.
Yeah, that was nasty.
So he was able to get the flag, and then he turns around and guns Atlas to get that return plus full streaks. I believe he still has a couple of those. The side of Supremacy, they know it. It's just a very tough situation for them. A couple of guys who I'm sure are just happy they were able to make it to champs. Again, I don't really remember how they made it through the LCQ, but
yeah, the LCQ, a lot of it's a blur for me. I mean, there were so many matches over this couple of days. All right, they have 5 minutes to get this done. Can Supremacy bring it back, or will OpTic just close it out here and now? You mentioned Crims does have some streaks to work with. He still has the glide bomb and the artillery. They do find a couple of kills to open things up as well. Natshe gets traded out. Last member will be easy on defense. He made a play earlier in the first half to shut down an OpTic push. Might be relied on again.
Yeah, we'll see what Crim can find. That's Breezy who just came off spawn. I was gonna say, maybe he calls it a streak and they're gonna go for it. Plus, Methods and Scum get kills. This is gonna be another chance for OpTic. 3 dead. The last player up is Natshe. He gets blown up by that bomb. Now all players are dead for Supremacy. They will spawn up pretty far on that top side of the map, but Methods with that STG is just gonna lock it down. Another flag for OpTic en route, and well, it's the man, it's Crim, who's gonna have 3 flag traps to his name. Sorry, it's Octane with that, but Crim is going for the relay, but he does get shut down.
Yeah, the relay was almost there, but Scump and Crim kind of both lose their one-on-ones. So that'll die, but you still have a significant advantage in this one, and just 1 streak still to work with. I mean, honestly, the scoreboard kind of tells the whole story. I mean, everybody positive. Crim's going off. Scump has had an excellent series as well. Supremacy, basically everyone kind of struggling to get it going outside of Breezy. But again, this is just the nice way they're outclassed in this particular matchup. They are.
Yeah, OpTic Gaming just having a great game overall. All 4 players are stepping up. Just 3 minutes left. It's gonna be so tough for Supremacy to get back into this one. Octane's picking up 2 kills just like that. And well, that should basically do it. Plus you have some streaks on the side of Supremacy.
Three minutes left with the 3-0 lead and still streaks. This is, you feel like it's all but done, but Supremacy, maybe they can muster up something, but another push coming in from OpTic Gaming. Breezy at least able to slow that down for now. Scump gets shut down. So a nice little defensive hold there from Supremacy, but unfortunately, the last thing they really need is kills on defense right now. They need kills on the other side of the map, and now maybe is their chance. Yep. They have 3 players pushing forward, 3 players come off spawn from OpTic Gaming. Easy, able to chop that down to 2. Can they find the back line, though? You've got Methods set up in the back. That's Octane with him.
That's just the thing. They're just so staggered. Now it's 2 dead. They can't have a 4-man push. OpTic Gaming, I mean, they didn't have the best second half, but they got all the kills they needed to on the defensive side.
It looks like now we're just going to hop, kind of check out the quads, but check out the other games. Is this one pretty much done and dusted? Is OpTic have a big lead? They're up 2-0 in the series. There's only 2 minutes left to play.
Yeah, and I think you could see on that Bravo LG. I think they took care of Vitality in that map 1.
When I first saw it, they were up like 130-30, I think. And then what? EG Elevate was a 250-175 game EG was able to take. Echo Fox up 1-0 over Havoc as well.
And that's maybe a scary match for Echo Fox, because that is a team in Havoc, right? Like, Echo Fox didn't have the best start yesterday. They got swept by Luminosity. LG looks great. There's some known players on the side of Havoc, right? Like, that maybe can give them some trouble. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. But on that Bravo screen, it looks like in that 1v3, it's just Maple last alive. And, well, it could put up LG up 2-0. Yeah, formally able to catch him out. So,
I mean, all I'm seeing right now, if you look at the quad split, the favorite teams are all up 1-0 in their series. I mean, the better teams have won game 1.
Yeah, and on Charlie, you have Elevate versus Evil Geniuses. Again, If EG, if they can win that one, they'll have to face OpTic later on. Both will beat 2-0. They'll both be in very comfortable situations, but they want to get first place.
And think about it. We've talked about the history of Patrick Price, Aches versus OpTic Gaming team, and he has knocked them out of champs several times. Now, is this a little different because it's in groups? Yes, but because of the bracket,
right?
Because of the bracket, the way it's starting to look, first is so important there. It's not knocking them out, but it is a big dent to OpTic Gaming's chances to make a run at champs.
It could set them on the road to get them knocked out, right? Like where maybe
just gotta tee them up.
What if LG wins this? What you would have an OpTic LG winners round one, like that could be a crazy game because we saw it at Anaheim. LG was able to beat them. They mustered up a great match.
Yeah, throw all stats, throw everything out the window for that type of matchup. Just with the passion there. I mean, hatred in some level. Like they're going to want to just destroy each other. There's part of me that hopes that's a round one matchup, but we'll have to wait and see how the dust settles.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't want all the best teams in the world on the bottom side. Oh my gosh.
Lightning Pandas, the favorite in the top side of the bracket.
Yeah, but it looks like OpTic, they are going to wrap that up. They're going to 3-0 Supremacy. A great match out of them.
And as Clint kind of noted, when we do look at that quad split, we get to look at all of our streams, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. We really do see the favorites coming out on top here. But when we look at this matchup in particular, the big questions that we need to start asking is how big was this win for OpTic Gaming? Yes, Supremacy didn't necessarily put up the biggest fight, but we see them come out and search, and we see them maybe get their confidence back. That could be something that bodes well for them. We're going to see plenty more from them later, but we're going to jump to a